Welcome back, everybody, to the continuation of our recap of Pyanodons on Twitch. So, it's been like another 3 streams since the last recap, and a lot has happened. Like, an absolute lot has happened. We have improved so many things, and I'm just going to guide you step by step through the things that we have done. Maybe first and foremost, the most important thing is, yes, we are finally on Pi Science Pack 2. And I'm not quite sure if I've shown this thing yet, but this is where we do our science at this moment in time. We set up a centralized science center over here where we bring in all the science in via a train. And this place over here is ready to be beaconed, as well ready to be vat brains. Now the vat brains over here, they will increase the productivity of every lab. And the beacons over here will increase the speed of these labs. Now these beacons over here, these are the diet beacons, and we do unlock them soon. There they are. Diet beacon, it's the old icon. Okay, there we go. We do unlock them, well, soon-ish. They are in our science tier, but they're still kind of far down there. I think they're pretty much at the end of the current science that we can have available, but that is perfectly fine. But that will mean these diet beacons over here, we will be running them on the smallest range possible with the highest power possible, so that these 4 labs over here and these 4 labs over here run at full speed. In the meantime, over here, the vat brains over there, each vat brain over here connects up to all these 4 labs. This one over here actually connects up to all 8. So these over here will give us productivity bonuses, and we're probably going to start off with the 2 in the middle over here, and then we're going to expand depending on how many vat brain modules we can make. That kind of depends on a whole bunch of things, which we do not know yet. But that is something for later. That is not quite important right now. And one thing that is important is probably this train. Yeah, get over here. Bring me some more science. We were not really making science that fast yet that we can have a constant supply over here. So every now and then we just order the train over just so that the things over here can keep working. Good? Good. So let's maybe start off with how do we make Pi Science 2? Well, we made a bit of a mess. Like I said, we would do is we just brought together every item that was missing and just made a little localized footprint stamp thing over here where we just bring in whatever we need and just craft the Pi Science 2 over here on site. I think we do need to bring some more bees because I think we're running out of Arcwet venom. Some things still have to be brought over by hand, but those are things that we really do not need a lot of. And we only need them every now and then, so that is perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. But yes, this whole thing over here is making our Pi Science 2, and it needs quite a lot of train stations over here. Like one for the plankton, one for the glassware, one for the laboratory instruments, the petri dishes, the rock cocoons, moss, seaweed, foggy, steel, microfiber, plastic, filtration media, rock cocoons? No, not rock cocoons. Cypher cocoons? No. Zephyr cocoons, there we go. Then native flora, bones, ash, biosamples, and this thing is probably also important. What is this thing? Relicias. I don't think we've ever set this one up. What do we need Relicias for? You. Really? No, wait. This goes nowhere. This just goes... Oh, we made the Relicias on site. That's how we ended up doing it. There we go. There we go. Yeah, there is a bit of everything over here. Good. But we got the whole thing in, and I do recommend at least setting up like a little bootstrap facility like this, just to get Pi Science 2 going, and then later on, we can extrapolate this and maybe make some more dedicated machines for the things that we make in the middle. Like, for example, the primers, the flavonoids, maybe even the incubated petri dishes. I'm not quite sure if we're going to do that or not, or if we are always going to make them on site. But retrovirus is also one of those candidates we definitely do want to make a big machine out of, etc. But at the moment, it's all pretty much straight up yeah, just strap it all together, bootstrap it, you'll be done. We're also making our casein over here on site. Oops, didn't want to click with that. Which is also just being brought in by Corlex milk. And of course, we need the Arcwet honey. Good, but that is Pi Science 2. It took way too long, I think. We got our first Pi Science 2. Where is that thing? It is, there we go. After 455 hours. That's when we got our first Pi Science 2. Oof. But bringing it all together definitely helps out quite a bit. Now, I think we did show off the core lectures the last time around. Of course, now they're all ready to go. They're all asleep right now because we're completely backed up on everything. But the core lecture farm over here is doing mighty fine, and I do enjoy it quite a bit. But there are also, of course, some new additions to the whole thing. And let's have a look at those real quick. So, of course, we had to make some cocoons. We already had the latex machine over here. And making the cocoons over there, well, that's pretty straightforward. We just embiggered or made the rock fruit production over here twice as big. And then we spliced them off over here to just make cocoons. And these cocoons then are going to be exported over here. And this place is making a decent amount of cocoons. I don't think we need any more than these. If we do, we can always make it bigger. Good. Then, important changes. Well, of course, one important change is going to be power. That's going to be probably the main focus of this episode. But let's go on to the side focuses real quick. Things we also did that are going to be important. For one, we did set up molybdenum production over here. And molybdenum is a very, very nice chain of processing. I really enjoyed this one. This one was a lot of fun. We had a bit of a molybdenum mine over here. There's 10 million molybdenum ore over there. And this place over here is set up to eat 2 yellow belts of molybdenum ore. It goes, first of all, over here into the jar crusher. Actually, we're quite next to it. Let's just walk over there real quick. Then we can see it a little bit more up close and personal. There we go. Good. There's the place. Molybdenum ore processing is pretty straightforward. The only caveat is that you do need quite a bit of nitrogen for it. But if you have a filtration media set up or something like that, you'll be fine. Good. So what do we have over here? We got molybdenum ore into molybdenite powder and stone. 10 molybdenum ore every 2 seconds, so 5 per second. 3 of these in a row, eat 15. 6, eat 30. We have 2 yellow belts over here. These are not entirely full. We do want to import more molybdenum from the outside, but this is just to get this whole thing going over here. And while we're at it, boop, and boop. There we go. Then the molybdenite dust. Oh wait, no, the molybdenite powder is going to be turned into molybdenite dust over here. Keep in mind, this over here halves it down. 2 pieces of molybdenum ore turn into 1 molybdenite powder. And then over here, 1 molybdenite powder turns into 2 pieces of molybdenite dust. And then we take the dust and we put it over here into the agitator. That turns the molybdenite dust into molybdenite pulp. The pulp then all comes together over here into these lovely hydrocyclones where we take the pulp, add nitrogen to it, and we get out molybdenum concentrate and muddy sludge. At the moment, the muddy sludge is just going back to where it came from. It's going back into the earth. We're just putting it back where we found it. Good. Then after that, the concentrate, we turn that into pulp. And the pulp then all goes over here into the filter machine to turn that into molybdenum disulfide. And then it's just basically cooking up the disulfide with some oxygen into molybdenum trioxide. And then the trioxide, we cook that up in an electrolyzer with some hydrogen into molybdenum plates. Now, you do notice one thing. We're only making like 4 plates every 3 seconds, or 1.33333333 plates per second. Yeah, molybdenum is definitely not going to be fast. The amount of ore, 30 ore per second coming in, turns into 1.333 ore per second out over there. So molybdenum production over here is definitely something that you probably want to set up sooner than later, just so that you can start filling up like a big buffer over here, so that you don't need to worry too much about molybdenum plate. Because molybdenum plate is definitely something that is required in a couple of things. There we go. It's required in aramid fiber, which is going to be very important in the future. It's also required in the accrual processing, and it's a tier 3 upgrade material. Now, the tier 3 upgrade materials we don't really need to care about right now. It's also part in the... Okay, that's the Mark III vet brain cartridge. That's fine. We don't care about that. Yeah, the tier 3 upgrades we don't really care about. We also probably don't care about the molybdenum, chromium, nickel special alloy. Okay, we might do care about that soon. That's coming up. Is that part of... That is part of self-assembly monolayer material. Oh boy. That's gonna be fun. What was this one over there? Dodecylamine. DDA is part of iron nanoparticles, which is kind of far away. It's done in a direct reduction plant. It's also part of pre-pesticides Mark II. Okay, doesn't matter. But you do need some molybdenum plate, and setting it up early will help you out. Now, one thing to keep in mind, you do need filtration media to do this, and you do need nitrogen to run the process over here. So it does make a lot of sense to have like a little nitrogen plant like this over here, where we take nitrogen, purest nitrogen, and oxygen. The purest nitrogen we can turn into more nitrogen. Each of these machines over here makes a total of 28 nitrogen per second. And 8 of these make just a little bit more than we need to fire up 5 of these. We got 5 of these, do we? Yeah, we got 5 of these. So that is all fine. Now, one good use case for the molybdenum trioxide, and it's definitely something you should do as soon as possible after you get it, is Seaweed Mark III. Over here, we got the little Seaweed upgrade center, and upgrading Seaweed is super simple. As soon as you have molybdenum trioxide, upgrading Seaweed is pretty much straightforward. We start over here, where we just make some random Seaweed out of our requirements. Keep in mind, I did choose the... Where is it? Under Seaweed. Let's maybe look for it. It's easier if we go like researched. There we go. Seaweed upgrade. We did choose the recirculation pumps, which omits any usage of liquids in our seaweed farms. So the base recipe over here doesn't need anything. It just makes seaweed. It just sits there and makes seaweed. Good, but making Seaweed Mark II over here is a straightforward deterministic process. We put in 5 molybdenum trioxide, a bag of fertilizer, 5 seaweed, and we get 1 Seaweed Mark II out of it. And then we take the Seaweed Mark II, 5 of these farms together, and put it over here, where we take again molybdenum trioxide, a bag of fertilizer, 5 Seaweed Mark II, and we get 1 Seaweed Mark III. And this upgrade is definitely worth your time, because Seaweed Mark III triples the speed of your machines. And I've already picked up all the Seaweed Mark III over here and put them in our main seaweed farm over there. And this seaweed farm over there also had a second upgrade. It also upgraded in recipe. We're now using slate lime over here instead of limestone. And carbon dioxide. So this place over here is now super duper fast. So fast, in fact, that we would actually need red belt over here to empty out these machines, because each one of these machines at the moment makes 2.8 items per second, and we got, of course, 8 per block. That gives us something like 16, something about 20 to 24 items per second. Either way, it's faster than a yellow belt. We could, of course, jangle this differently and use 2 yellow output belts to get it over here, but there's also not that much space over here. Yada, yada, yada. A bit of an oversight, yes, but to be perfectly honest, I'm fine with it. As long as seaweed over here is backing up all the time, and we've got at least 4 yellow belts of seaweed pumping into here at full speed at all times, I'm very happy about that. Good, 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 good. We did a whole bunch more in terms of upgrades. We have also upgraded our Keycalc farm over here. And this place is bloody amazing. Now look at this. We got full belts in our stitching machine over there. Everything is going in. And upgrading the Keycalc is definitely absolutely worth your time. We went up from a recipe over here that makes 12 Keycalc every 120 seconds, or 1 Keycalc every 10 seconds, to a recipe that makes 20 Keycalc every 90 seconds. Now that is about 2 nymphs of a Keycalc per second. So 0.444444 Keycalc per second, give or take a little. Is it actually that? It should be that. I think it's 0.444. Yes, it is 0.444. There we go. There we go. There we go. Good. And that's a significant upgrade. So from 0.1 up to all the way up to 0.4. But not only that, we also have the Keycalc upgrade over here rolling around. And we are slowly but surely getting more advanced Keycalc plants in here. We're just going to let it spin over here for a while, just to get more Keycalc Mark II in. And then we're going to roll out the Keycalc Mark II over here into the farm. And the more Keycalc we make, the better. Because Keycalc is such a useful material in Pyanodons. It's so good for biomass. It's absolutely amazing for raw fiber. And raw fiber is something that you do want to use quite a bit in Pyanodons. And biomass is something that you always need. And how good is Keycalc for biomass? Well, just have a look at it. Do I have something on me? No, I don't. If we look over here, every piece of Keycalc makes 70 biomass. So if we make, well, for instance, if we take like 9 of these farms together, these over here would make 4 Keycalc per second if they would be running at crafting speed 1. They're currently running at crafting speed 0.59. But 9 of these together would make 4 Keycalc per second if we assume crafting speed 1. That would also mean that 9 of these farms over here would make... Where is that thing? There we go. 280 biomass per second. And that is quite a lot. 280 biomass per second does allow you to make a ginormous biomass power plant. It will probably be even better to just do this processing over here, where you end up with the dried biomass and put that just into a power plant instead of going the whole way over here like I did with the coal processing at the back. A little mental note to this thing over here. The idea is good, turning the biomass into refined biomass, into bio oil, into raw coal, into actual coke, into coal power. It is very power positive, but it also breaks like all the time. I've seen this machine over here stuck so freaking often that I just sit there and go like, you know what, I don't care anymore. And again, it's stuck again. And this time it's stuck because output full. Output full? Oh, your condensates are full. Really now? Your condensates are full. And your condensates are full because BTX is full. And wait, don't I? Huh? Excuse me. Are you broken? I swear, these overflow pipes sometimes just break on their own. Oh, no, wait. It's not like you're broken. It's a liquid, not a gas, so it can't go up the chute. Oops. Well, so be it. We have to figure out something. We have way too much BTX over here. We might... What can we do with BTX? Let's have a quick look. BTX. Not NTX. BTX. There we go. There are some good usage for it. It will be it will play a big part in ethylene processing, in xylenol processing, but that is only chemical science. Not too bad. Then benzene processing, we can turn it into benzene, which is something we probably need for something else. We don't have this plastic recipe yet. Benzene is definitely going to be very useful later on. But it doesn't seem like right now. Alright, then. We can turn it into methane. Methane is also very useful. We do need that for other things as well. As we said, ethylene, and that's basically it. Ethylene over here is going to be very important for... Is it the ethylene mercaptan? No, that is for pesticides. The EVA is for polymer processing. That's where we're definitely going to be needing it. It's also part for plastic production. Technically, BTX, we can turn BTX straight into plastic because we can turn it into ethylene and into benzene. And then just add some iron oxide and we get plastic out of it. Which is pretty good. That's pretty good, actually. Then chloroethanol, that's the thing that we need for nanofibrils. We are not remotely there. This is also a third recipe. Nitrogen mustard. That sounds safe. Not anytime soon. Ethylene glycol, however, on the other hand, that is definitely something we're going to be needing soon, because that is part of purified gas, at least. But those are all things in the future. We don't really need to worry too much about this. But yeah, this place over here, it's always causing us headaches. It's just like every time I look at it, I go like, oh, did it break again? And then we go like, yes, it broke again. Good. Now, one more thing that is going to be important is we also moved the chromium processing. We used to have the chromium processing down here, and it's still there, but we don't really use it that much anymore. We're actually starting to move away from this because we do need better chromium processing elsewhere. And right over here, right next to us, we got the new chromium processing setup, and that is right over here. Let's get over there real quick. Good, 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 good. It is all the way over there. There we go. So, the new Chromium processing, this is also a very interesting recipe because it has a couple of cycles in it. Of course, you always start off with a jaw crusher or something similar where you just take the raw ore in and you turn it into something else. In this case, chromite grade 1. Then we take the chromite grade 1 and we crush it into chromite grade 3 and chromite grade 2. The chromite grade 2 over here, we crush that back into chromite grade 1. So we already have our first loop over here, and we just made a couple of these screeners over here in perfect ratio to the amount of jaw crushers over here and the amount of impact crushers over here. But still, you should definitely set up the input priority from the feedback loop over here so that if things back up, we don't lock ourselves up. So that is very important. Good, so this thing over here is going to be crushing and crushing and crushing. We definitely have these two over here running at full speed at all times. So we do make 2 chromite grade 3 per second coming out of these two over here. And then it gets fun because now it goes into these hydrocyclones. And 4 of these machines, we got a total of 8. 4 of these machines turn 2 chromite grade 3 into 4 chromite grade 4 and 4 chromite rejects. The rejects then go over here to this machine where we turn the rejects back into chromite grade 3. And we do that at the rate we make over here 1 chromite reject per second, and over here we turn 1 chromite reject per second into 0.2 chromite grade 3 per second. So that goes back into here. And this machine over there eats 0.5 chromite grade 3 per second, and we push back 0.2 chromite grade 3. So each one of these machines over here eats 0.3 chromite grade 3 per second in total. And we got 8 of them. Technically 7 would be enough, but somehow we ended up with 8, probably because I was calculating like an idiot again. But 8 of these do eat 2.4 chromite grade 3 per second. Technically we only need 7. Not quite sure why I made 8. Probably because I was in the mood. Either way, doesn't matter what comes out of the end, because we do make 1 chromite grade 4 per second over here per machine. And that then goes into 1 solid separator, which turns that into 12 chromite sand per 2 or 6 chromite sand per second over here. And then it all just goes over here into our chromite sand smelting facilities over here, where we then turn it into chromium. Now, important over here is we do have an input line over here where we can import additional chromite sands, because all the way down here in the rare earth processing machine, we do end up with quite a bit of chromite sand over here as a byproduct. And that all goes into a train over here and then will be sent over all the way over here at some point in time and will be smelted down for us. And that's currently our main source of our chrome, because we have not really hooked this chrome field up yet, which I should probably do at some point in time, but I just didn't do that. Good. And then looking at the clock, I think it will be better to give you a detailed overview of the bitumen cracking power plant over here in the next time, because this thing is super complicated and is super powerful, and I'm very happy that I made it, because this thing over here has solved all our power problems for now. The other power plant is currently off, but this place over here alone makes 3 gigawatts of power. And then we got the other power plants still around, but this thing over here is pretty darn powerful. So if you want to know about the bitumen power plant, check out next episode next time around. Good! So if you do like what you see, please do leave a like, a follow, a comment, a subscription. Every one of those actions does help me out in growing this channel to something bloody amazing. You can also find me on twitch.tv/boldviking, where we do even more Factorio. Well, we do mostly do Pyanodons over there, but we also do some Darkest Dungeon 2 over there, and it seems that we're picking up some Mechabellum later today, so we're gonna check out Mechabellum as well. And without further ado, I wish you all an amazing evening, and until next time, see you around!